Hello everyone in Oneness, welcome. Thank you so much for watching this video. In Oneness, I am Jessica Delmar. So a little while ago, we put out a couple of videos speaking about the 144,000. Over the past month or so, I began receiving a little bit more clarity and deeper information when it comes to the 144,000 vibrational frequency, which essentially is what it is. It's not an amount of people stepping into a certain mission or anything. It is a vibrational frequency that souls are moving through in groups. So I want to speak a little bit more about the 144,000 information and what's been coming through lately that is going to dive even deeper into the 144,000 vibrational frequency, the 4 sets of souls moving through what we refer to as the car wash, and also the 12 vibrational planetary alignments as we move through this 144,000 vibrational frequency or so-called car wash. If you haven't yet watched part 1 and part 2, I'm going to put the links to those videos below. Be sure to watch those videos before moving forward with this video so that you get a better idea of the things I'm going to be speaking about in this video. So in part 2, we started speaking about this car wash or this tunnel, which sort of represents the 144,000 vibrational frequency. It was shown to me that it is simply like a tunnel. It is like a car wash, or think of yourself moving through like a waterfall. It is a space, a vibrational space that it was shown to me as you move further along on your journey, you move through 12 different types of waves or compartments within the greater 144,000 vibrational frequency tunnel or car wash. And then what had come through in part 2 is that each of these 12 waves that I was shown or felt actually connect to the vibration of the 12 planets in our solar system. And in this video, and the rest of this video series, we're going to talk more about these 12 planets. We're going to talk more about the 4 sets of souls moving through this tunnel or car wash, and just more information clarifying and deepening the information that we already know about the 144,000. So it started clarifying in terms of these 12 different compartments within this greater tunnel or car wash, also connected to the 12 planets in our solar system. We're going to talk about the types of energy moving through these 12 different compartments or waves. But first, let's go through some information clarifying this 144,000 vibrational frequency. So the 144,000 is not a specific number of people or souls or light workers, but a frequency of light density in the non-physical energy body integrated into the physical body. The 144,000 frequency of light density can be broken down into 12 strands of vibrational energy, or the 12 chambers within the car wash that we were speaking about in the last slide. As information came more, I started seeing it more so like 12 strands of vibrational energy that's integrated within the greater 144,000 light density. The 12 strands of vibrational energy within the 144,000 light density car wash directly connects to the vibrational energy of the solar system and the 12 planets. Moving through the car wash and integrating energy of each chamber or section of the car wash, or strand of the car wash, if you will, opens your alignment to each vibrational planet. integrating more of the 12 strands of vibrational energy, or the 12 compartments within that greater car wash, within the 144,000 light density, opens not only your consciousness and light density in the physical body, but opens the cellular memory more and activates more strands of DNA. So we also have a video, I'm going to put a link below, speaking more about opening up more light density within the physical body. Light density in the non-physical energy body is what is shifting light density in the physical body. The process of moving through the 144,000 light density car wash is aligning the physical and non-physical energy bodies. So to tie all of this together as well, we put out another video recently about the integration of the 5D physical body and the alignment of the physical and the non-physical energy bodies as part of the ascension process, and now becoming a little bit more clear as a person or a soul is moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency tunnel or car wash. It goes hand in hand with opening the physical 5D body. It goes hand in hand with aligning the soul, non-physical energy body with the physical body. It goes hand in hand with the ascension process. And it's the movement through this tunnel or car wash of the 144,000 vibrational frequency that's what integrates more light density or opens more light density in the physical, because really it's your non-physical soul or energy body that's moving through this 144,000 vibrational car wash or tunnel. There are groups of people moving through the 144,000 frequency car wash together, paving the path for others to follow. These different groups are categorized as the 4 sets of souls that we spoke about in part 2, and we will clarify more about in this video series. All 4 sets of souls, for the most part, have coexisted side by side at one point or another, or they have overlapped with each other. The difference between the sets of souls is simply difference in consciousness. Sets of souls who have come before move through the 144,000 frequency car wash, paving the way for following sets of souls to move through more easily. As the physical and non-physical soul energy come more into alignment, the individual or sets of souls moves further along the 144,000 frequency car wash, activating and awakening higher consciousness and DNA strands in the next set of souls. So we're going to go over and clarify and go into more detail about all of this. So we briefly went over these 4 sets of souls in part 2, but then things started clarifying a little bit more. I started receiving more information about these 4 sets of souls, because even though I put out the information in part 2, there was still something that felt like I needed to dive a little bit deeper in understanding truly what it meant regarding these 4 sets of souls. So again, the differences between these 4 sets of souls are simply differences in consciousness. So think of a spiral. We're constantly in energy of expansion. Within these 4 sets of souls, it's just difference in consciousness. So the first set had open consciousness at that time, specifically for that time period. But in the process of activating sets of souls that come after a specific set, you're always activating higher consciousness that's going to open into the next set of souls. So let's go through the first set. We spoke about in part 2 that each set of souls kind of has this leadership energy, if you will. I can't quite pinpoint exactly what it is. It kind of showed me like an umbrella of energy, if you will. And so the first set was very much kind of led or activated or that umbrella energy was very much under the energy guidance of Jesus, Yeshua. And what had come through is that the first set of souls to move through this vibrational frequency of the 144,000 were activated. Many were activated by Jesus. Many created the Bible and other belief systems. Most were activated during the time of Jesus and post-crucifixion. It activated the 4-strand DNA in the next set of souls, and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what this means. And the activated age range was when I kind of dove into the energy of the first set, what came to me was between 20 to 50 years old. And when I say this number, I mean activated age range, meaning when the person consciously or the activation consciously took place for the person to fulfill in the physical. So even though the person may have always been part of the first set of souls moving through the 144,000, again, you have to get to a certain vibrational frequency to enter into this tunnel or this car wash of the 144,000 vibrational frequency. And so many in the first set were activated into stepping through or into the car wash or tunnel at around 20 to 50 years old. What also came through is that the first set of souls moving through the car wash, this phase is complete. These souls are no longer on the planet, is what it feels like. Gaia was in a much lower vibration than it is now, which also contributes to this whole spiral of energy. So as Gaia raised in frequency, vibration, and consciousness, then we were able to open up into higher and more expansive levels of consciousness in the spiral. So the expansion of the spiral coincides with the expansion of the vibration of Earth Gaia at any specific time. What also came through is that this phase, or the first set of souls, birthed many historical leaders, prominent people, and even just normal people that took big roles in spirituality, religion, philosophy, and creative arts that included painters, artists, actors, dancers, musicians, etc. So the first set of souls moving through that car wash, in just existing on the planet, indirectly or directly, but mostly indirectly, because everything is working on this energetic realm, the non-physical realm. So the first set of souls simply existing and raising their vibration and consciousness and energy in the physical indirectly activated the second set of souls on the planet. The second set of souls, that umbrella energy or that leadership energy, is of Ashtar command. The second set of souls are more directly transferred galactic consciousness, very connected to the stars. So we spoke a little bit in part 2 about how following the first set of souls, the vibration on the planet sort of dipped, or like lower vibration was very much cultivated within the planet through duality. So a plan was made in the greater non-physical that galactic aspects would incarnate into the physical on Earth in order to help raise consciousness and vibration on the planet. So many people within the second set are part of that larger plan led by Ashtar, who actually, what had come to me last night is that Ashtar and Jesus are very connected. So we have in our past, present, future, and beyond all coexisting together in our now moment. We have many different aspects of us, all existing all at once. And Ashtar is simply a separate aspect of Jesus. That's just something that quickly came to me last night, and it made sense of why they work so closely together. So I'm going to leave that as it is. That's just what came to me. But anyway, that greater plan of transferring galactic consciousness into the physical helped to raise the vibration on the planet. The activated age range, again, the age range when people sort of woke up to raising their vibration and consciousness, stepping into the tunnel or the car wash of the 144,000 vibrational frequency, was a large range that spanned childhood all the way up to 80 plus years old. And the people, the souls being activated in the second set, as well as through all sets, it's people, individual souls that are not activating at all at the same time. They are moving through in waves. And so what came through is that, souls within this second set who are playing the role within this second set opened in the last 100 to 200 or so years, because Dolores Cannon's 3 waves of volunteers very strongly came through as part of the second set of souls moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency. But also Nikola Tesla came through as well as part of this second set. So that's what kind of gave me the 100 to 200 or so years of souls slowly awakening in perfect timing, in waves, not all at once, moving through that car wash. And as a soul awakens, then it's going to trigger and activate the third set, and so on and so forth. And this is kind of what goes into, the sets of souls, the different sets of souls coexisting together, even though they're part of different sets of souls moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency car wash or tunnel. Those in the second set activated higher vibrational energy on the planet and the H-strand DNA in the next set of souls. So in activating the H-strand DNA in the next set of souls, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. But when I speak about, the first set activating the 4-strand DNA in the second set, and the second set activating the H-strand DNA in the third set, what it really means is that, for example, the first set did the work basically. So if you think of a tunnel, the first set sort of carved the tunnel into a certain point so that the second set could awaken and move into that tunnel, but it's already been carved by the first set. So the second set is able to start off in a higher place than the first set, if that makes sense. And this very much goes hand in hand with activating the DNA strands and awakening the DNA strands. What also came through is that this phase is almost complete, with most all the souls activated and open, and having their energy open on the planet. Some and many have also passed. The second set of souls also have opened from where they are vibrationally awakening into the temperamental environment between 3D and 5D. So many of these souls opened with this higher vibration in a lower vibrational plane of existence. So for many of them, it's been a very difficult awakening. It's been a very difficult journey. But in experiencing and going through what this second set has gone through, especially, with the 3 waves of volunteers, even Nikola Tesla, opening things up on the planet that the planet wasn't necessarily ready for, it just, again, carved the way for the third set to open in a more tempered environment. So now we get to the third set of souls moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency. The second set is almost complete. They have activated higher vibration and frequency on the planet, and paved the way for the third set to really awaken into even higher consciousness, allowing them to open up that H-strand DNA, which opens their consciousness so much more, and opens up their connection to higher non-physical things. It opens up the path so much more to expand. So the third set is very much led by both Jesus and Ashtar combined energy, although they are rooted within that same Christ consciousness energy, unconditional love, forgiveness, compassion, oneness energy. So third set of souls, they are indirectly activated by the second set. So again, these sets of souls are coexisting. It's a little bit hard to explain, but imagine the earth plane having different vibrational layers. So even though the first set felt like they were kind of like a one-off, they still paved the way for the second set to open up a little bit later in time, or in what we would call time. But the second set and the third set very much coexisting together, even though there are still, for example, in the second set, there may be people in their 20s or 30s who may identify with the second set, but there are also people in the third set who are in the 20s and 30s who are activated by the second set of people, if that makes sense, even though they may be at the same age range. They're just in different layers of vibration, very much how different layers of vibration exist on the planet in general. You know, people can be in lower vibrations and people can be in higher vibrations, and you're coexisting together in completely different layers of the earth plane, different vibrational realities, really. So the third set, again, similar to the second set in that there's still transferred galactic consciousness from other aspects incarnating into this physical to raise vibration and fulfill greater missions. But there also comes a connection to even higher levels of consciousness in the physical, because the third set is able to activate much higher strands of DNA within them, and opening up higher strands of DNA essentially opens up a greater connection to your soul memory and the connection that you have to your non-physical higher vibrational aspects. The third set is activating the 12-strand DNA, not only within, but in the next set of souls as well, in terms of a starting point for the next set of souls to move through the 144,000 vibrational frequency. The activated age range is basically current day. So speaking about the activated age range within the second set and the first set, this is within their time period. So again, first set was very much a long time ago, but at that time, they activated within their 20 to 50-year-old age range. The second set still kind of going on today, but opened in the last 100 to 200 years. So whenever they existed, their activation was anywhere between childhood to 80 years old. And again, it very much coincides with Dolores Cannon's 3 waves of volunteers. Current day activated age range for the third set is between 20 to 40 or 45-year-olds. So meaning that this is kind of the age range of when people awaken. So for example, a person who finds themselves in the third set possibly realized, oh my gosh, there was something that happened when I was 20 years old that was the major catalyst of me awakening. That's basically what the activated age range means. Another thing kind of coming to me as I'm speaking, and after I've created this slide, of course, is, we're constantly working with shifting energy. So the information that I'm putting out is always information based upon current energy. And in the time of Ascension, we are constantly shifting energy into higher and higher levels of expansion. So in terms of activated age range, I'm also starting to get a sense of younger activations, especially moving into 2020, when, again, third set of souls moving through the 144,000 tunnel or car wash in waves. So there was a big wave of third setters who were possibly within this 20 to 40 age range, but now we're opening up into new energy. So there is going to be a new group within the third set of souls moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency that's going to begin activating a younger age range. And I'm kind of sensing between 15 and 19-year-olds. If it hasn't already happened, it's going to start happening, possibly also younger and younger as well. I mean, just look at the second set. After looking back, because second set is almost nearly complete, the activated age range was childhood all the way to 80 plus years old. So I also feel as we continue moving forward, because we're still within the third set and there's still many years to come of activating more and more third setter souls, that the activations are going to start getting younger and younger and younger. It doesn't have to be based on age ranges, meaning that there could have been a 10-year-old activated a few years ago when the prominent age range activations were between 20 and 40-year-olds. It's so multi-layered. It's so complex. The energy within this 144,000 vibrational frequency tunnel or car wash is so dense with many, 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 many different vibrational layers of consciousness, sets of souls moving through at different times, groups within the sets moving together. It's really kind of crazy when I tap into it and try to sort it out and organize it in a way that I can at least consciously grasp and make sense of, and hopefully relay to you guys in a way that you're able to consciously grasp and understand as well. They're still in the process of being activated right now and into the future. And although it opened in the last 40 or so years, very much overlapping with Dolores Cannon's 3 Waves of Volunteers, which was within like the last 40, 50 years plus, because again, the second set, as these people awakened, simultaneously they were awakening and activating the third set. So the second set and third set very much overlapping with each other. So even though the third set has been open for 40 plus years, I still very much feel like souls are going to continue activating and awakening for another 50 plus years, is what it felt like. Because again, we're moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency tunnel or car wash in waves. We're not all moving through all at once. Another important thing coming through is that, I state that I feel that there's still going to be souls moving through the third set in the next 50 or so plus years. And this is because even though it's possible the split between 3D and 5D occurs before 50 years from now, what's coming through is even if the 3D Earth and 5D New Earth split completely, 3D reality is still going to be playing out for those who maybe did not make the boat or make the train to hop onto the split of 5D New Earth. But that transcendence of consciousness is still available for those playing out in 3D, meaning there's still going to be people on 3D Earth who will continue moving through this 144,000 vibrational frequency in order to move through all of the 12 chambers, reach the other side, and open consciousness into 5D New Earth. There is still a shift that's able to take place even if the 3D and 5D Earths are completely separate. So there are souls that are going to consistently and constantly be moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency in order to shift the physical, if still in 3D, into the 5D experience in some way. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but that's just kind of coming through. And the souls are going to continue moving through this 144,000 vibrational frequency until basically what's coming through right now is until all souls on that 3D Earth Gaia Earth plane are able to shift their consciousness into 5D, or basically expire or transition out of that 3D experience and into the non-physical. The souls moving through all of these different sets have agreed in the non-physical. This is part of a much larger plan. So souls volunteered to be part of this first set and part of this second set and part of the third set, because they knew that in being part of one of these sets, they were doing the work to help the next set open up into higher consciousness and higher levels of expansion. So they knew that they were being they knew that they were being one step on the ladder. And they know that in the wholeness of everything, we're all connected. So the steps of the ladder have to be built step by step by step, knowing that there's going to be people in higher steps than you, but you're going to be the part of the ladder that is essential and foundational and important in order for those higher steps to be built off of the step of the ladder that you are currently playing your role in. So let's dive a little bit more into the third set. It includes many light workers who are spreading light right now. The 12 chakra system will be integrated alongside the ascending earth, meaning we spoke about the 12 chakra system in a separate video. I'll put a link to that video below. This is basically a set of souls who will be able to integrate the 12 chakra system, the 12 strand DNA, as well as the higher vibrational 5D body within this 3D/4D realm of existence or plane of Gaia. The third set includes 2 groups of awakening souls, at least in my awareness right now. The first group is a slow, easeful awakening, meaning many people who identify with a slow, easeful awakening have usually from childhood kind of known that there was something greater, felt that they were connected to something greater, or had a very powerful spiritual faith from childhood, and it just naturally kind of opened them up into seeing greater truth and expanding consciousness, which may have come with a greater awakening later on in life, usually in the 20s or above. Even though they activated when they were 20 years old or above, they still knew and felt the connection beforehand, but they didn't necessarily step into the 144,000 vibrational frequency tunnel or car wash until that sort of instant awakening situation or moment later on in life. But also, again, the very multi-tiered, multi-layered portal or car wash or tunnel of the 144,000 is now kind of popping out that it's possible that those in this slow, easeful awakening could have stepped into the 144,000 vibrational frequency from childhood, but just moving their way through it slowly and easefully. And then the second group of awakening souls within the third set are those who have had a rapid, abrupt awakening, meaning they were very much asleep for their entire lives until, again, this activated age range, 20 to 40, maybe older as well, where just something happened that snapped them into awakening, whether it was something abrupt and maybe not pleasant that helped them to awaken or knocked them on the head to awakening, or just kind of like a quick realization of awakening. But it was a very much like going from being asleep into rapidly being awake. Very unlike the first group, which kind of already knew that there was something more going on in their life and a deeper connection, and then suddenly awakened later on. And the third set are basically going to be the leaders and way showers into New Earth 5D, opening doors to New Earth 5D, which is in the process of happening right now. So the third set of souls moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency, very much right now, majority of light workers here doing the work, spreading light, happening right now. And in the process of the light workers here in the third set, the fourth set of souls moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency are starting to be awakened and activated simply by the energy being opened from the third set of souls. So fourth set of souls. The activated age range is current day. They're slowly starting to activate and open up, basically. But the filter is very low, meaning the age range is around newborn to early teens in terms of when they're activated, because I see very much fourth set being activated very early in childhood, already knowing, again, children, here I put children will be born and know who they are. So most are not born yet. The fourth set will be future leaders of New Earth 5D. So fourth set has really just begun due to the work that the third set is doing right now on the planet and the energy that the third set is opening. The fourth set has early risers, possibly already born and activated. I feel very like children, energy of children. And also what came through is the fourth set opened more strongly within the last year or so, just meaning basically that the children upon birth or early childhood are already walking the path of the 144,000 vibrational frequency tunnel or car wash. What also came through for the fourth set is that 2020 will open the energy of more activation and births of children, part of the fourth set. These children and activated souls will have an alignment within the body soul energy and 5D solar system, or be put onto that path very, very early on, again, because moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency car wash or tunnel is all about aligning the body, soul together, as well as together with the solar system. The third set is activating the 12-strand DNA for the fourth set, meaning children are going to be born with these higher strands of DNA already in place or very early activated. And the fourth set in turn will activate a 14+ strand DNA whenever the next set of souls are ready to be activated. And what came through is that the fourth set will heal the planet's strong duality and suffering through compassionate action. All right, I know this is a lot to go through. It may be hard to keep up, but know that even though this may not make sense, or maybe you got lost along the way, know that the information is doing something on a much deeper level to activate things within you on a cellular and DNA level. If you resonate on some level or are open to receiving, then it's going to be integrated with you on a much deeper level and begin opening within you in perfect timing. So I just want to dive deeper into clarifying the whole activation of the strands of DNA for the next set and the next set and the next set, as well as carving the path of each set for the next set and the next set and the next set. I'll show you how it works and what was shown to me. So the first set of souls moving through the 144,000 vibrational frequency. Again, this was a long time ago, around the time of Jesus, post-crucifixion, very early in our history. The first set, basically, if you think of the 144,000 vibrational frequency as this tunnel, the first set of souls moving through the tunnel of the 144,000 vibrational frequency they showed me that they kind of got to the point of the third and the fourth wave, or planetary alignment, if you will, which we'll go over later in the next video. But they were able to get to this fourth wave or vibration within the greater 144,000 car wash or tunnel, because it had to align with the vibration of the planet. And at that time, the planetary Gaia's vibration and frequency was not as high as it is today. So the first set, in making it to the third and fourth vibrational wave within the greater tunnel, was able to activate the 4-strand DNA in the second set. So the second set, it was like, imagine the first set basically carving the tunnel out until this 4th wave. And so the second set could easily move through the first 4 waves and therefore start carving the tunnel even further. And what came through is that the second set basically carved the tunnel or is currently carving the tunnel into the 7th and 8th realms and waves within the greater 144,000 tunnel or car wash. This opens the 8-strand DNA in the 3rd set of souls. So the 3rd set of souls now have the entire tunnel basically carved out until around the 8th wave, where they're now able to really start doing the work from the 8th wave on. And the 3rd set is currently in the works and will carve this tunnel, so to speak, into the 12th, which is basically the entire 144,000 tunnel or car wash. The 3rd set is really going to get to the end of the tunnel finally and also surpass the tunnel. So these different sets of souls were needed because, again, the whole stairway thing, as well as it needing to go hand in hand with the vibration on the planet. So the vibration on the planet during the first set of souls, during their time upon Earth, was only in a place where really the first set of souls could only access up until the 4th vibrational section of the tunnel, of the greater tunnel. But that was necessary, the work of the first set was necessary in order for the second set to go even further, because now the second set opened up into higher vibrations onto the planet, where in alignment with Gaia, hand in hand, the second set could surpass the 4th vibration and move into higher levels of consciousness and open higher levels of consciousness and energy and vibration on the planet. And then the 3rd set now can surpass all of that and get to basically the end of the line, the end of the tunnel, and open into the new area of expansion, which is New Earth 5D. And then finally we have the 4th set, who is going to surpass all of it, because we basically cleared the way. The first set, second set, and 3rd set cleared the way, dug the hole out of the entire tunnel for the 4th set to easily walk through the 144,000 vibrational frequency tunnel or car wash very easily, already being activated with the 12-strand DNA, so that those in the 4th set can just quickly open up and easily open up into what's next in the new territory of expansion, 5D New Earth, higher vibration. And this is the information that needed to come through in this video. In the next video, we're going to dive even deeper in talking about these 12 different chambers or compartments or waves within the greater 144,000 tunnel or car wash, whatever you want to see this as, because basically aligning to these 12 compartments is aligning to the 12 planets in our solar system. So we're going to talk about what that means, meaning that the first set of souls were able to align to the first 4 planets in our solar system. This opened up higher vibration onto the planet to allow for the second set to open up alignment with even more planets in our solar system, and then so on and so forth. So we're going to talk about each of the 12 planets in our interpretation of the energy of the 12 planets in our current ascending solar system, which is a little different from the 3D solar system. Give yourself some time to integrate the information in this video, because again, so much is happening on a much deeper level, and there's always a reason why this type of information needs to come forward for those who listen to these videos and resonate with the information or are open to receiving it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your support. Together with you in oneness, I am Jessica Delmar. Oneness and love be with you.